Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mediak podcast, episode 44. And sadly, this week we are not going to be on camera. So if you liked our beautiful faces, which YouTube has been popping, and you must have been because of our beautiful faces and not the famous person that we had on the episode. Yeah,
literally the only explanation that could be.
Genuinely the only thing. So anyone who doesn't know, we usually do movie reviews. Last week we did a fucking dope-ass interview. So if anyone hasn't seen that yet, please go and support it. Anyone who has been supporting it, I've been getting a lot of Snapchats from a lot of friends, and there are lots of likes on the YouTube video and stuff like that. People have been liking it. So thank you so much for everyone who supported us. Anyone who hasn't supported us yet, fuck you. Go watch it now. Yeah, that's basically.
We hate you.
We actually hate you. But if you watch it, then I revoke my hate.
I revoke my hate.
Yep. This week we are going over Hellboy, the good one, the better of.
All right, that's a very interesting take. We'll say.
Definitely not 100% a bold-faced lie.
Bold-faced lie.
See, okay, but here's the thing, okay? For anyone who doesn't know, the reason why this is like a little meme between me and Jack is because we both were excited for this movie. And we were in our AP Euro class our junior year, and the movie releases red carpet, and we checked the Rotten Tomato score, and all 43 of the critics gave it a 0%.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty bad.
Yeah, that is a terrible sign. So me and Jack both were like, oh shit. Well,
yeah,
that's not the greatest. You saw this movie before this episode, right?
Yeah, I saw it when it came out.
Oh, really? I
not like when it came out.
Yeah,
but like the
not
week
2 years later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This was the first time I saw the movie, and over 2 years of hype and how bad it was, I didn't think it was that bad.
It's definitely not nearly as bad. This is one of the, like, I don't know. I don't want to say few movies that you shouldn't listen to.
There's so many movies in which you should not listen to critics.
Right.
There are many.
But, definitely don't go in with good expectations.
Oh my God, no. Oh, no.
Yeah.
It isn't a perfect movie.
You won't be impressed.
Yeah.
But it's,
you will think that the movie ended twice, and then the movie ends, and you'll just be confused. That is genuinely my feeling of watching this movie. And I have a little story, kind of. So I was watching the movie, and I got hungry, so I ordered DoorDash. And right around the time in which Hellboy was going to be flying to, like, he gets in a plane with his group of whatever, and they go fly to the bad guy. And in my head, I'm thinking, okay, so we have about, like, 20 minutes left, probably 30, 40 minutes left in the movie because they're getting ready to fight the big bad. The big bad's all together and stuff like that. So I pause the movie and go get my DoorDash, and I come back, and I see that I'm halfway through the film. And the movie isn't almost over, and I think to myself, what the fuck is going to take up the other hour of the movie? And I am genuinely confused, and it made me sad, and they didn't really fill it up with anything good.
Nothing worthwhile, certainly.
There was one part that I just was like, okay, that's pretty badass. Like, whenever he rips out Excalibur and he walks up the hill, and he's like, he has the flaming crown and the horns and shit, and it looked pretty cool, and I was like, hey, that isn't bad. Yeah. By far, actually, wait, the other part in the movie in which I thought the movie ended was right after they beat the big bad in a very anticlimactic way, and the movie fades to black. Then I go, oh, okay, that wasn't that bad. And then it goes 6 months later, and I go, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then they have literally like a 2-minute sequence, and then the movie ends. That definitely could have been an end credit scene. The actual end credit scene was actually really funny in my opinion, with the lobster coming out and talking to him.
Yeah.
I really liked. Oh, continue.
Oh, I was gonna say. I was deeply trying to convince myself that this is a good movie, the entire movie.
Yeah.
So I was there with my dad, and like me and my dad, like it's a tradition to any time Hellboy's on, you just put Hellboy on because it's never a bad choice.
I agree.
So going into 2019 Hellboy, we were really stoked. And then when the one demon is flying and he rips the guy apart, and me and my dad both go, oh, that's when we knew it was it was not as good as we thought it was.
I just want to say that whatever company made this had zero confidence in the movie. The budget of the film was $50 million, which is fucking nothing. For a CG-filled movie like this was, $50 million is like literally nothing.
For all the CG work, that's probably my favorite part of this whole movie.
Oh, I was... Okay, yeah, continue.
You're going to shit on how bad it was?
I was going to say that I genuinely think that the first movie came out in 2004, correct?
Okay. I know what you're going to say, and I actually do agree with you now that you say it.
That the 2004 looks better?
Yeah, it generally better. It has very little mistakes where I was like, oh, what's that?
I'm going to say that's a directing issue because...
this movie had a lot of issues.
Yes.
I mean, between directors and producers and cinematographers, like there was a lot of turmoil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In its creation.
There was I mean, in all honesty, if I'm going to try and come up with some genuine compliments before I get into all of the shit that I didn't like. I like that the movie was R-rated. I think that it fit the setting a little bit. I thought David Harbour looked good as Hellboy. I didn't like how they recasted Ron Perlman. But if there was someone to be recast as, it would be David Harbour, in my opinion. I thought it was pretty good.
Absolutely.
I liked it a lot.
He did a killer job.
He really did. I thought that the costume and the creature designs were amazing in this film. But I don't know if that really goes to the film because it comes from a comic. But I don't really know the comic very well, so they could have switched things up. But I thought that looked really good. a lot of the action scenes were choreographed pretty well, except for the giant fight. I didn't like that because at one point in the movie, I noticed that he dodges one of their swings, and the right hand of Doom is on the left hand. Did you notice that?
No, but
yeah,
it's kind of funny though. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
It is a little bit of an issue. What else is kind of cool? I thought it was. I don't know. I liked Excalibur. Because I just like the King Arthur lore and shit like that. I'm having so much difficulty coming up with something good.
Yeah, the general design of the movie and how the movie, I don't know, if it was applied better, it would be better. But
it is so close to being good.
There, yeah, exactly.
It is like if it took one more step forward, it would have been a quality movie. But since it didn't take that step, it just fell down the stairs.
Yeah. If
that makes sense.
That's exactly, yeah. 100%. It's 100% understand. Oh my God. What? 100% understand that. I'm sorry, I couldn't say it.
People come to our podcast to listen to us not talk.
Yeah, literally.
Actually, yeah. I was actually kind of angry at one part in the movie whenever they were in the cave and Hellboy didn't pick up the sword. And I was like, you gotta be motherfucking kidding me. They are gonna hint at Hellboy with a sword, but not give it to him.
Yeah.
He ended up getting it at the end, but he did a singular swing with it, which is okay. I thought that his redemption at the end was also kind of unbelievable because his dad is like a massive dick for the entire movie. And then his dad compliments him once, and Hellboy's like, yeah, you're right, I'm good. And I didn't really believe into that much.
Yeah. Which is, understandable.
Yeah. I thought that the guy's transformation into a cheetah genuinely looked horrible. I was watching it and it was so gross to me, like his nails coming off, and that bothered me. And the fact that it just didn't look good CGI wise, that bothered me a lot.
There's a certain extent you can go to gross, some of the gore when all the demons were popping out. Excuse me, was kind of cool, but then it just keeps happening, and you're just like, okay, this is just gross.
You
just unpleasant to watch.
That moment hit me whenever that like peg leg demon like stepped on the guy and it went through him, and he had like a kebab of people, and I was like, why, dude? Like this.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I had a little giggle whenever the demon bitch got awakened and she released a plague on the earth, and I was like, oh no, she appeared a year ago.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I didn't. I had a problem with the fact that the guys attacked Hellboy, and then said that it can easily take down the Giants, and then got fucking demolished. And the Giants didn't attack Hellboy, who was also with that group, and then he woke up, and I thought, oh, they probably didn't attack him because he's a monster. But the second he woke up, they immediately started attacking him. It's like they needed for him to heal up a little bit before the fight. Yeah. General casting, I thought was pretty. I thought was pretty good. I thought the title card at the beginning of the movie was genuinely one of the worst title cards I've ever seen in a film. Like, they just kind of threw it in after a very useless flashback, because they show that flashback and then they show it like 3 more times throughout the movie while explaining it to the audience, like as if the audience is so stupid that they needed to show us the full story and then remind us 3 times. That was aggravating.
Yeah, I could see that.
What other things bothered me? I thought it was trying too hard to be too funny, if you know what I mean. Like, Hellboy made way too many jokes, and none of them landed at all. And I don't think that's on David Harbour's like behalf.
It's absolutely the writing. Yeah. There was a lot of, apparently, a lot of them complained about how many times they were. The 3 things I heard the most was there were many times where they were like script rewrites and them telling, like, directors and such telling them to say different things than what's on the script. Conflicting directions, and I don't know, there's just a lot of walk-offs and stuff.
You can tell with the conflicting directions. It's just like on set for any movie. Like, this goes for like all the Marvel movies do this. I don't know about many of the DC. Actually, a lot of the DC movies do. Now I'm thinking about the behind the scenes for Snyder Cut, all the shit that they do. You got to have some stuff be practical. Like, I can tell when watching some of the scenes that it was just full CG, which never looks good, because if you do a little bit of practical stuff, then it at least gives the CGI workers like a starting point. Like, they are not just like starting at the line; they're starting a little bit ahead of the line so they can get it done in a quicker and more efficient and better looking way. But you can tell that the Giants in the movie were 100% CGI, and that's probably one of the reasons why they look so bad. And that scorpion at the beginning of the movie on Hellboy's hand really bothered me because of how absolutely horrendous it looked. And that could have been fixed easily, because they have. Do you know the show His Darkest Materials by chance?
Wait, His Dark Materials?
Yeah, my bad. On HBO Max. That was created with little puppets. Like, they had little puppets to. Yeah. And it looks amazing. Like, it is genuinely some of the best CGI I've ever seen in anything I've ever seen. And they could have done that in the movie for at least some of the characters, and specifically the Scorpion. Yeah, I know it's like 5 seconds, but like, I'm nitpicking at this point. And it just would have made it somewhat. That tiny, like I said, that one step would have kicked the movie up like 70%, at least in my opinion. Because my biggest problem is that the movie looks like shit. Yeah. It genuinely does, which is kind of disappointing because of how much I love the first 2 Hellboy movies. And it's whatever. What'd you think of David Harbour's, how am I going to say this in a not weird way? How the fuck do I word this? You know, I'm just going to say, what'd you think of David Harbour's body? Did you think he looked a little fat in this movie?
Let me pull up a picture.
I'm just asking that because that was the first question my brother asked me, because.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we watched Black Widow, and he did not exactly look the most in shape in that movie. So Austin goes, did he look fat? And I was like, well, his arms were ripped. And he goes, well, that was a given, but does he have a 6-pack? And I was like, I mean, kinda.
Well, apparently he did. Okay, here. Let me download this thing. Oh, you can't look at Discord, can you?
On my phone I can. Ugh. Why? Is it you linking something?
Yeah.
Sorry, I opened Discord and I saw our pictures.
Apparently he went through a pretty serious body transformation. So maybe I guess
I feel like that's kind of an understatement. I feel like that looks not real. Like I don't believe maybe all 50 million of the budget went to making David Harbour look better.
Ripped, yeah.
Yeah, but right now the movie sits at an 18% on Rotten Tomatoes, so not the worst. Some people liked it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of, I think the fan reviews are much more, I don't know, accurate, I guess.
I don't even know about that because like I personally think that the movie gets too much hate from the fans because it's not the fuck, what's the Del Toro, that's his last name. What's his first name? Is it the director of the last one? It's not his. So people were always like, this is shit because they should have just made Hellboy 3. And I don't necessarily disagree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely just should have made Hellboy 3. But like this is not the worst thing I've ever seen.
No, it's definitely not. And we've definitely probably seen worse movies on the podcast.
I watched a worse movie last week, which I'll talk about. And
soon enough.
Yeah, soon enough. You guys will see. Clearly, everyone, like normal people, did not like the movie because it only made $55.1 million, which is nowhere close to making the budget back. Because I heavily I don't know why, but I feel like with as much problems as the movie had, 50 million is still kind of low. So yeah. I feel like they definitely lied a bit or like twisted some things around to get it low like that. So it's whatever. I liked how that is a negative and a positive. I liked and disliked how wild they went with the movie. Like with the Golden Army, I liked how they delved into some of the more mythical stuff, and I like that with this movie, but I think they went too far and tried to put too much in it, which made the movie feel clustered and I guess boring, because you kept hitting a point in which you were like, all right, it's the big fight, and then something would happen, and then it would pull away and be like, all right, the big fight, and then something would happen and it would pull away. And then the big fight happens, and it's incredibly underwhelming, because they go into the church in which they're fighting, and they fight against this big bad monster thing, and then they don't even beat it. They lose, and then the bigger bad comes in and then kills it. And you feel no satisfaction from that at all, because you just watched Hellboy get the shit beaten out of him, and then things just happen, and then he just so happens to fall underground next to Excalibur, the one weapon that would kill her. So I don't know. It's the writing. The writing was bad. The CG was bad. The directing was bad. The more I talk about this, here's the thing. Yeah. Second I finished watching the movie, I was like, I genuinely do not think this was that bad. But now that we're talking about it, the more I think about it, just the worse it gets.
Yeah.
I think I should leave that at that then. See, if I talk, what origin did you like better? Because they showed both.
Oh God, I don't know.
I think that the gross CGI Hellboy from the first movie actually looks better than the gross CGI Hellboy from this movie, which is funny, because like one of them was like, ugh, that's gross. So the other one was like, oh Jesus, what? Yeah. Like, at least for this one, like it took me aback whenever I saw it. I was like, oh God, this was made in 2019.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I like the content, like the costume design and everything. I appreciate that, but some of the CG was definitely.
You say some as if it wasn't all. I don't really think, like, the only thing I could be like that didn't look terrible was the flame crown, but that makes me excited every time, because that shit is sick, dude.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's a damn shame that because of this movie, we're never getting a good Hellboy movie again.
Yeah, ever.
But
I don't know. What was I going to say?
Out of 10?
I was going to say something. Shit. You go first while I try and remember what I was going to say.
I didn't have a decision. I usually just throw it onto you and then hope that you give out a number. And I'm just gonna give it like a 3, probably.
Damn, I was going to say like a 5 or a 6.
It's not. I don't think it's average. 5 is an average movie for me. I think it's below average because keep in mind that I gave Black Widow a 5 or a 6, and this is not as good as Black Widow.
Definitely not as
It really isn't. So 3 out of 10. Sorry for anyone who is a big fan of this movie, but I don't think that exists.
Oh, I was going to say that another thing that while I was doing some research on this movie, there was definitely, like you said a while ago, they were trying to base it off of the comics.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of picking one, they did all of them. I guess, I don't know. How could you ever pick one? But, that doesn't make much sense. But
I get what you're trying to say because they did that exact same thing for Iron Man 2. I know the specifics more in Iron Man 2, so this is a better example. They tried fitting a storyline called Devil in the Bottle, which is where Iron Man becomes a alcoholic, and then another one with Whiplash and his origin story they tried to weave in there. And then there was what is it? Oh, him creating a new element, I think that was it, which is a different story that they had to mix into. And the general consensus is that you shouldn't do that. And the general consensus is that you should pick one storyline, stick to it, and you can like have cameos or references or little influence from other stories, but stay on one storyline that is the idea and the good. That's what you should do, basically. And you're saying with this, which I can see that now that you pointed out that they had several different ideas. They just got too excited. They were like, we want to do Hellboy and we want to do it right, so let's just shove everything we want into it. They got too excited.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, which is fine.
Such is life.
My uncle just texted me and he said that we should get a ideas of gifts for a gourmet honey mustard or a Dune shirt, and that just reminded me I really really hope our podcast kicks off, and I want to get a studio, and throughout the studio I just want to put up posters of movies that are meaningful to the podcast, like a Mulan poster, a Tenet poster, a Stephen McKinley Henderson Dune poster, just absolutely littered with honey mustard all over the place.
Wait, what? Wait, how am I missing the honey mustard thing? What is that?
Oh, from episode 1, we start off the very first episode of the podcast with me talking about honey mustard.
Oh, okay. I've totally
oh my god, did that go over your head in the interview?
No, wait, maybe it did.
It did then, because if you didn't know, because in the interview I go, "What are you doing next?" And he goes, "I'm gonna make myself a sandwich, and I'm gonna put honey mustard on it." And apparently, the day before, my uncle told him to make fun of me with the honey mustard thing. That was it.
I did miss that. I thought he was just being funny.
No, it was funny. It was hilarious.
Shit. That really caught me off guard. I was like, "What the fuck was that?" I don't agree to the honey mustard. Oh god. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm more acceptable on the honey mustard now. Holy shit, that got me.
It's fine.
And you just kept talking, and I was like, wait.
It's okay. Shit happens.
Right.
You want to go in the movie news now? Wait, do you want to do a little break?
Yes, I do want to do a little break.
Okay, it's a little break time.
See you in a sec, Spotify.
Bye, Spotify.
All right, I think I cut you off in the middle there again.
Who cares?
That's okay.
I was gonna start singing again, but maybe my voice would be too perfect and we'd get copywritten.
I while you were gone, while I was typing, I put my mic right up to my keyboard just to see what it actually sound like, and I was very impressed.
Because of how much you fucking type?
No, just
or how loud
paid a lot of money for the switches.
Oh.
I'm a keyboard nerd. I don't know if you knew this.
Yes, I did. Yeah, aren't you just a computer nerd in general?
Yeah, but I've recently gotten into the keyboard fandom.
Specifically keyboards?
Yeah, keyboards, the switches, the keycaps, that that whole jazz, building keyboards. That's what I do.
You build keyboards. That's actually pretty sick.
I built this keyboard, yeah. I mean, sort of. I don't know. I took the switches out and replaced them, but
that counts. More like modifying or something,
compact.
I guess.
Yeah, modifying is a better word. It's very expensive though, so go at your own risk.
Only do it if you're like super like fuck you money rich like me and Jack.
Yeah. God knows.
Yeah. I wonder if anyone was disappointed whenever they saw us. Like they built a face in their heads throughout all the videos, and then they saw our faces and were like, oh.
I wonder about that. I don't know. I think about that a lot.
It kind of scares me, I'm not gonna lie.
I went back and watched it, and my mannerisms are all fucked up.
Dude, I for the first 15 to 20 minutes, I played with my hair so much. It is unbelievable how much I fix my hair because of how nervous I am.
Yeah.
Which is really fun. We like to see that.
I should have shown afterwards my fit, which was that yellow button up and then gray Nike sweater.
Yeah, before we ended the video, I should have stood up, which I had a relatively nice shirt on, like a button up that was undone, and I had PJs on underneath, which is pretty funny.
What totally caught me off guard was when Mr. Henderson, right after, we're like, all right, we're going to finish up the episode. See you guys. And he just left.
Yeah, I was expecting to talk to him for a bit.
Okay.
And he just left the call, which is understandable because, I've noticed as I tell people about the podcast that a lot of people don't understand what podcasts are.
Yeah.
And not that I'm saying that he was on that level, but maybe he just was like, oh, maybe he's saying goodbye to me too.
Yeah.
Like whenever I said, thank you so much for being on the cast.
Totally.
He just was like, oh, okay, that's my exit.
Yeah. That was going to be my end, though, to ask him if he actually had any Dune memorabilia.
I know. It would have been so cool.
Genuinely, truly want to know.
I also want to know. And I was okay with his answer, but I was quite sad that we don't know what specifically he has.
Yeah. Or, to the audience now, they might think we're just playing this up.
That is true. I forgot to say this. I wanted to say this at the beginning of the episode that we got a scoop that no one knows about the Ari Aster movie that he's in with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, but that was part of the episode.
I understand that. I wanted to say that at the beginning so I could get people to listen.
All right. Well, good thing we're back on Spotify right now.
We are right now? Well, YouTube's going to hear it again. So we were talking about our interview in the little break thing on YouTube. And I just remembered that I should have said this at the beginning of the video to try and get people to watch our interview, but we got a scoop. We got a scoop in...
scoop.
Yeah, we're cool and stuff like that because we're the only people, some of the only people in the world that know this. Mr. Henderson is going to be in a new Ari Aster movie who made Hereditary and Midsommar, and he's acting alongside Joaquin Phoenix, which is really cool. I didn't like Midsommar all that much, as some very...
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, I respect the shit out of it, because I really liked Hereditary, so...
Yeah.
At least I like 50% of the movies you've seen. It's better than 0%. I don't know who directed Hellboy.
Very true.
I'm going to assume that I've only seen one of his movies, which is Hellboy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say no. I didn't like that. I'm probably never going to watch it again, which is fine. I'm not complaining. Movie news?
Movie news?
Movie news? Do you have anything before I go into my incredibly long list, because it's been 2 weeks?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Okay. If you don't mind, I'm going to play a speed run of movie news.
Yeah, just go.
I actually feel like R. renewed for a second season. Indiana Jones, I can't read that fast to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Close, but not that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, iCarly, the revival, the second series that has half the cast missing, is renewed for a season 2. So I guess it wasn't that bad. So cool. Indiana Jones 5 news. I'm actually relatively excited for that because it's being directed by James Mangold, who made Logan, and for people who don't know, Logan is probably my favorite movie of all time. Love that movie. Antonio Banderas will co-star with Harrison Ford in this movie, so that's pretty nifty, I guess. There there was an unofficial first X-Men to appear in the MCU because in Black Widow, that scene where David Harbour is arm wrestling a guy and he breaks his arm.
Yeah.
Apparently, the actor came out and was like, "Yeah, he's a mutant."
Oh.
So the specific mutant is Ursa Major because he's just a Russian man who could turn into a bear. And the reason why is because I think David Harbour says like something about it, calling him like a little bear or something like that. And that actor took that as his saying, "Yep, yeah, it is 100% a mutant," which is cool.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Did I talk about Black Adam filming?
Maybe, I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Well, that is true. I was missing it. Not gonna lie, that week that we didn't do it, I was like, damn. Podcast is kind of fun. I missed it. Jesus Christ, do you hear that?
Podcast kind of fun. What? No, I don't think I did.
My mom just dropped like 20 pans upstairs and just exploded in sound.
Exploded sound.
Exploded in sound. Okay. Well, have you watched Loki yet?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. That's fine. The director, Kate Herron, who did a fucking amazing job for the first season of Loki, is not returning for the second season. So that is a damn shame, if I do say so myself.
It's a bit of a shame.
Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. will co-star in a new spy series from the director of Oldboy, which is one of the movies that you requested that we watch on the podcast soon-ish. So.
Oh, yeah. We are watching that pretty soon.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That is pretty rad. Possibly next week, depending on if Jack wants to or not. Jack?
What?
Okay, never mind. We have a bunch of movies, and I don't want to pick what one is next week, so I told Jack to, and we're just going to wait until...
Oh, I forgot we were picking. Yeah, I just assumed that was just us saying that we were going to do. Whatever. No. We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later. It's fine. The Last of Us casted all of its people and stuff like that, and apparently each episode will exceed 8 figures per episode, so cool.
Hell yeah.
Maybe that means it's going to be good. Maybe it means it's going to be garbage. Never know. Garbage. Apparently we're going to be getting more MCU animated stuff, like What If, like, you know how that series is coming out soon?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're apparently... Yeah, which I'm all for because I'm a big fan of anime and I'm a big fan of a lot of animated shows, so can't hurt, you know?
Can't hurt.
Yeah. Right. So damn it, what was Army of the Dead, that movie?
Yeah.
So the prequel, unfortunately, I actually kind of liked it. The prequel movie Army of Thieves released its trailer, so that's pretty cool. I'm actually like okayly excited for that because my favorite character in Army of the Dead is actually the main character in Army of Thieves, and I think that's pretty cool. The nerdy one that was like the safecracker, you know?
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. Batgirl, that series, well, movie, got its Barbara Gordon and Leslie Grace, which I don't really know. So, anyone who's her fan, I guess that's cool and whatever. I'm actually relatively not excited for almost any DC movie coming out, except for Suicide Squad. I'm actually really excited for that. I'm excited for Batman because Rob Bat, and that's the only reason. Oh yeah, Rob Bat.
Oh yeah.
Jordan Peele is releasing a new movie titled Nope. So, I didn't really like his last movie. He did Get Out and Us. I liked Get Out. I didn't like Us. I thought that movie was a little stupid. Yeah. So, the next bit of news might need a little context to it. I'm not actually certain, so I'm just gonna say everything related to it. Recently, I found out that over this dude. I wish I was able to word things easier. If again, we say this every episode. If me and Jack should not have made a podcast because we can't talk properly. Yeah. There are multiple people who own the rights to make DC movies, and Warner Bros. And AT&T, and HBO has some sort of say in it, but it might just be a relation to what it can be uploaded on. But I'm going to go ahead and guess that the next bit of news I'm going to be saying isn't coming from the Warner Bros. Part of the ownership, because Michael B. Jordan, his production company, is developing a Black Superman project, and it's going to focus. It's focusing around Val Zod, which is literally the thing that everyone wanted, and everyone was super, 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 super mad that whenever Warner Brothers was like, "We're making a Black Superman movie," everyone was super excited, and then they were like, "It follows Clark Kent," and everyone was like, "What? Why?" So I'm actually really, really excited for the Val Zod movie to come out, because that's what I wanted. I wanted something different and new and something exciting, and that's totally what it is. And Michael B. Jordan, hopefully, if he plays Superman, because he might just be producing it, if he plays Superman, that would be freaking awesome and make me very excited for that.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah.
I believe in the man.
I also believe in the man. He was in Space Jam too, so. Yeah. Instantly drops your credibility if you're in space. There's a live action Pokemon series in development at Netflix, so there is a good chance that will suck.
Yeah.
But it's fine. A quote from Margot Robbie: "This is arguably one of the greatest, if not the greatest, comic book movie ever made." And she said that about the Suicide Squad movie that's coming out next week. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you this now. Everyone else apparently agrees, because today the first showing of Suicide Squad happened, and the critic rating on Rotten Tomatoes is 100%.
Nice.
Yeah, with 43 reviews, 100%, which is amazing. So right now, the Suicide Squad is the highest rated comic book movie of all time.
Cool.
Yeah, the one behind it is Into the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse also had a 100% on release, and that is such a good sign, because I think Into the Spider-Verse is one of, if not the greatest movie ever made.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Which we have also discussed previously. Yeah.
Yes. I really want to do that on the cast, but you can't find it anywhere, so. Yay! Yeah, so Peacemaker, who is one of the guys in the Suicide Squad, his TV show with John Cena premieres January 16th, 2022. And I, for one, am quite excited for that, because if fucking the Suicide Squad has 100%, then Peacemaker, which is a show basically from that movie, it's going to be fucking killer. And James Gunn is directing it again, and that just makes me very happy. James Gunn is such a good director. I very much enjoyed both the Guardians movies. He had some work in Infinity War and Endgame, so obviously he has some credit in that. The guy's a goat. They also have the titles for the first 3 episodes, but personally, I don't really care, so I'm not going to say them. We got some information about the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special that is coming around Christmas time, December 2020. So fun. It's going to be on Disney Plus. Where is it? It's going to be under 40 minutes long. This is very vague. And all we know, the only other thing we know about it is the movie is going to be canon. So fun. We love specials. Did you see this bit of information related to Lucasfilms hiring a YouTuber who went in and remade the end scene of Mandalorian, and they made it look better? And Lucasfilms was like, damn, that does look better. So we're going to hire this guy.
Pause. I think my recording stopped. I don't know when. 10 minutes. I don't know how long. How long do you have?
Oh my god. What? I don't know. I don't track. That's fun.
Wait, you don't keep track?
No, I don't. I just kind of wing it.
Why did it stop?
This is quite funny. You just want to go from there and then not have movie news in Spotify?
Oh, no, I have movie news. I have 10 minutes of movie news.
Oh.
Yeah, it just stopped at some point. I think I bumped the thing.
Oh.
I think I just bumped the thing, actually. Because I don't know when I would have previously.
I really want freaking Mr. Henderson's Dune poster. Like, I really badly want that.
Is it like they made it?
Oh, I have genuinely no idea. I only have 2 pieces of news, so.
Left?
Yeah.
Okay, well then just do those and we'll pick up after these.
Okay. There's a new. We got details on the new Predator film. It's going to be titled Skull. Yeah. The movie's titled Skull. It has a female lead. It's going to be similar to The Revenant, and it's going to follow the Predator's first journey to Earth. And
That
the movie,
sounds dope.
It does sound dope. It's going to be right now. It is 3/4 complete on filming, and it is uncertain if it's going to be R or PG-13.
Oh, come on! If it's
And that usually means it's going to be PG-13.
yeah,
I think that exact same thing happened with Venom, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds pretty cool. Revenant was a fire movie, and the first Predator's Journey to Earth, that's going to be sick as fuck. So,
yeah,
relatively excited. I didn't even see the last one. Was it good?
it was all right. It wasn't anything impressive.
All right, I will not go
It's
out
very
my way to watch it then.
Hellboy-esque.
That is, actually, would you say as bad as?
I don't know. I watched it so long ago, so I don't
Okay,
really.
that's valid.
Yeah.
And you have not rewatched it, so there's no
No, I
reason
have
for me to
not
rewatch
rewatched
it. Yeah, no. The man who plays Wilson Fisk, also known as Kingpin, in the Daredevil TV show on Netflix, is going to play Wilson Fisk, Kingpin, in the Hawkeye TV show. So that's pretty cool. And I like how Marvel is doing that because they made all of the Netflix shows non-canon, but there were good parts of the Netflix shows, like in the casting of like almost all of the Daredevil characters. Daredevil itself was actually a good show. Apparently, I only watched the first season. My brother said it's amazing, so I probably should go and watch that. So I'm happy that they're bringing over the man who plays Daredevil because that was a really good casting, and then this guy who is also a really good cast. I think they're doing. I think they're bringing over a couple of other stuff, but I don't know. Also, literally no one cares enough. So you wanna? I think that's it of my news. So, do you
We
have
are
to?
back.
You're back.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know
Brought
what
it
to
back.
do in that
Yes.
situation.
No, I got it. Unfortunately, Spotify. I'm gonna try and cut that up. However will make it sound nice, but I think I hit space towards the end of the news read. So if you're deeply, I don't know, entranced with news and you want to hear those last 2 stories, which were pretty interesting, go out and check the YouTube side of things. And you can get that. But other than that, you didn't miss much.
I was just about to cut you off and be like, they weren't that interesting, but I was like, oh wait, we want the views. Yeah,
Yeah.
go watch YouTube. Please do it. They're pretty interesting, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think I'm real interesting.
They're so interesting, dude. I genuinely think that all of the YouTube exclusive stuff in this episode is way worth the rewatch. But
Yeah.
like, I genuinely think that if you listen to the Stephen McKinley Henderson interview on Spotify, that you should go watch it on YouTube because you get to see us, and also you get to see Mr. Henderson, and it's just it gives off a different vibe, you know.
Give off a different whole experience.
Different vibe.
Really. Yeah.
All right, you ready to start talking about what we're watching?
Yeah.
All right, you gonna go first or me?
I guess I can go first.
Okay.
I've been on a plane for a while, like a few hours, so I've gotten in a few movies. I watched The Fourth Kind, which I don't know, it's on Netflix. That's a really weird movie that I want to do some research about. Because is it in Watch Again? Fuck, I don't think it is. Because it's based off of something supposedly real that actually happened, which is like, you know, a bunch of weird shit is happening in Alaska revolving aliens.
Interesting.
And supposedly there's a lot of cuts and that are like side by side with the movie version and the real version.
Huh.
But the real version looks fake. The real version looks like a bad movie, like re-edit, you know, to look kind of real. So I don't really believe it that much. But if that wasn't a part of the movie, it would be an awesome movie, and I had
Interesting.
fun with it.
I'm going to write that down because I am quite interested. You said it's
Yeah,
called The Fourth Kind?
yeah, it's on Netflix.
Okay.
Most of this is on Netflix. I also watched The Master with Joaquin Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
That was a weird ass movie about a
No
cult, pretty
surprise.
much. And they did it real cool because they didn't make you think it's a cult until the end, and you're like, "Holy shit, this is a
Oh,
cult!"
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I really wish I didn't know that.
yeah. Sorry,
No, it's
uh,
fine.
but shit. There
Shit.
was also shit like I watched Into the Wild, which is a real story about a guy who kind of ditched his good life with his bad parents to kind of wander the earth, and then eventually lived in Alaska. That's
Hmm.
a really interesting thing because it was actually true.
That made
Uh,
me think of the movie that came out recently and got some awards called Nomadland that I actually really want to watch, but haven't got around to it yet.
oh, that's on my list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on my list. It looks very good, and everyone and their mom is like, "This is a very good movie." So I got to check that out at some point. Continue.
Um, I didn't start There Will Be Blood. I started watching on HBO Max The Wire. I
What's
don't know if
that?
you're familiar with that.
I am
It's a
not.
very classic, like if you like TV, it's often compared to True Detective, which is
Hmm.
one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Um, so I watched a few episodes of that. It's pretty good. I don't think it's any True Detective, but it's pretty good. Having a lot of fun
It's
with
no True
it.
Detective. It's such a pessimist. Every
Yeah,
movie, if it's not the best movie ever made, it's a bad movie.
it's not bad by any means. I mean, I can't pull myself away from it.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's a pretty good sign. But it is no.
It's just not as good. Simply.
Yeah, simply not.
Simply. Sorry.
I
If you like The Wire over True Detective, dude, what are you even
What
doing?
are you?
Get out of here.
I'm trying to look. I don't. I know saved and watched one other thing, but I cannot find it.
You want me to start talking? Hopefully you'll jog your
Yeah,
memory.
yeah.
Okay. So over the 2 week gap, sorry if you might use your
Oh, I
mic lately.
forgot. It's
Huh.
2 weeks. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Were you just going over last week?
yeah. I mean, that's everything I watched on the plane.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
So over the last 2 weeks, Loki finished, and it had a freaking crazy ending. And I'm not gonna spoil it because I actually genuinely like it. The fun part about Loki, at least in my opinion, a lot of people disagree because it's a Marvel show and they're expecting there to be like big, large fights and like everyone's laser beam, and, But the majority of the show is just really well. Uh, the cinematography is amazing with just talking. Like they're just talking
yeah,
and they made it incredibly interesting. Like the final episode, like the finale fucking episode is only talking the
yeah,
entire time. And it is done beautifully. There was like this one specific scene where I'm going to say this name because it genuinely does not matter to you. The one above all is sitting there and he's like, wait. And then the camera slowly pans in as you like see his emotion change on his face. And he just goes, we crossed the threshold. And I was like, holy shit, that was so fucking well done. And that was like genuinely like 1 minute of just silence of the
yeah,
camera like slowly moving into him. And it was fucking so well done. And like everyone and their mom says Loki's fire. Jack, go watch it.
yeah. That'll happen at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched Lady Bird.
Oh, yeah. That Mr. Henderson was in.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you like it?
I think that was on the plane. I don't think I brought this up. Oh shit! Did I bring this up before? No.
What, Ladybird? No.
Okay, good. Oh yeah, I did watch it on a plane. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. It didn't feel like I did, but I watched that. That was very good. Stephen McKinley Henderson had a very,
Oh my
very,
god.
very interesting role.
Interesting. I watched clips of him in that, and he like that scene where he was like crying was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, uh, I know this is like the 27 millionth time we've said it this episode, but please go watch that interview. It was amazing. Next on my list is a movie that is very bad. Space Jam 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I watched that. I would say, actually, no, I was very disappointed, and that is saying a lot because my expectations were none. I had zero expectations. I did not think the movie was going to be good, and not only was it not good, it was worse than not good.
Yeah.
I I don't really know how to explain it in a way that I like the whole premise of the movie just makes not really any sense, and I just kind of like hated it. And I know like everyone's gonna be like it's a kids movie, but I judge kids movies and adult movies at the same scale because there are some fucking amazing kids movies, like the entire Kung Fu Panda trilogy, all of the How to Train Your Dragon movies. Toy Story is very good. There are so many really good kids movies that like it's
There's
because
no
it's
excuse.
yeah, there's zero excuse to make a bad movie. Google says there were 8 writers on the movie, and the script is genuinely the worst script I've ever seen. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
not even exaggerating on that. It is for a quote unquote blockbuster film. It has the worst script I've ever seen, and it had to pass through 8 people. 8 people okayed this and was like,
Yeah.
"This is a good idea."
8 people didn't care. Not so much.
That's really what it was. They were like, "Get LeBron, get Don Cheadle, say it's Space Jam, bam, sold."
Done.
They're not wrong though, because they made absolute trash and it's selling well.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Also, this is going to be a very audio poor episode for Spotify because I just unplugged my wireless mouse to charge it and it made the dun, 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 dun. So a lot of people on their computer are going to think something happened, but nothing did. That was just my mouse.
So
Very sorry.
we lost a bit of the Spotify audio. You are fucking up the other audio.
Yeah.
How dare you? Absolutely
I know.
the
I'm
worst.
just biffing this one.
Yeah. My dogs are
Now I
barking
know
again.
not to unplug my mouse mid-episode.
How dare you?
Yeah. I'm gaming though. I got to be ready.
You're gaming? Oh, ooh. I don't hear any click clacks. I'm disappointed.
Not now. Not now. Yeah, why would I game during the podcast?
Oh, that is so true. It's so very important.
Exactly.
Yeah. Before the podcast, Jack was playing one of the Google games and he was going to town. He was click-clacking like crazy. Well, I started watching anime again, which is very nice. I took a break, not on purpose, but because of how busy I was. I started watching Black Clover. Oh my god, that show's so fucking good. Mainly because I read all the books and I kind of ignored all the bad animation in the beginning and all of the annoying yelling, because like I just was excited to see the parts in the book that I was excited to see. So
yeah,
that's sick. I watched 94 episodes.
Jeez.
It was 2 weeks, okay? I had time. Yeah. And also there definitely wasn't one day in which I watched 30 episodes. Which that didn't happen. I started watching Fire Force while I played video games like the first season just to catch up. Yeah, because the second season came out about a year ago, but I didn't feel like watching it for no reason at all.
That's the same thing that I did.
Yeah, because like I absolutely like fucking adore Fire Force for no reason. Like I have a weird attraction towards fire for some reason, and the sound design in Fire Force is genuinely the best sound design I've ever seen in any show ever. So it's just like genuinely the perfect show for me. Fire and sound. I love that shit. And it has some of the sickest, like, dude, Benny Maru, bro, he's so cool. I was hanging out with my girlfriend last night, and I just randomly was like, I just really want to watch Benny Maru's fight against the demon. So I just like made her watch that with me, and she did not understand anything that was going on, but I genuinely didn't care because I was like, this shit is so sick. Like I can quote that entire scene. Oh, it's so nice. And the absolute explosion that the man makes whenever he does his Crimson Moon, it's so sick. And then last night, after she left, I started watching the second season, and I am 4 episodes in, and I am very happy with it. It is quite good.
Good.
So yeah, you should start watching that.
Okay, maybe at some point.
You came to me like 3 weeks ago and was like, we should both start watching Fire Force Season 2. And then neither of us watched it, which is completely fine. A movie that I watched recently was The Peanut Butter Falcon, which is genuinely an amazing movie.
I was gonna download that, and I was like, I don't know.
No, you really
Otherwise,
should watch it. It's very good. It's one of those like feel good movies, and it is so fucking good. With Zach, I don't remember his last name. I feel bad now. Well, he's one of the main characters, and then Shia LaBeouf's the main character, and I don't remember the female actress's name, but that movie is amazing. Like, genuinely, please, anyone who hasn't seen it, please go see it. I put it on the same level as like Jojo Rabbit. So,
yeah.
I think very highly of that film. So, yeah, that means a lot. I didn't watch anything else. Well, I did, but I didn't write it down. So, did you remember the shit that you watched over the week previous and the other thing you watched on the plane?
Not really.
Interesting.
I'm scrolling through and I just can't remember.
Oh, dude,
I can't remember what I've already talked about.
I have so much manga just that I haven't read, and because like I pre-order a bunch, and I just kind of set it down once I get it because I don't have time, and every time I do get time, I just don't have motivation because I see how large the stack is.
Yeah,
and the stack just keeps growing. I don't know what to do. Well, I know what to do. I should read it, but like, it's fine. Shit happens.
Felt.
Other than that, I think. Actually, wait. We should probably talk about what movie we're going to watch next week. I will say all 8 of them, and if anyone wants to comment, then we'll do that. Other than that, we'll go with the one that Jack decides on before the episode ends. So we got Good Will Hunting, Old Boy, V for Vendetta, Logan, Watchmen, Mortal Engines, and Dredd. The new Dredd, not Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyone has any strong opinions on any of those movies, you can choose. Other than that, Jack, what do you want to watch next week?
Maybe Old Boy.
Old Boy?
Good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm down for that because I didn't understand the excitement for Robert Downey Jr. being in that movie, being in a movie by the same people who made that, and I genuinely know nothing about it, so I'm actually kind of excited to watch that. So Old Boy next week.
Also, I watched all of Too Hot to Handle season 2. I just like to throw that out there.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks. In one night.
One night. So I'm so proud. All right. On that note, I'll see you guys next week with the episode on Old Boy. If you are interested in contacting us other than YouTube, go to our Instagram at Mediak Podcast and our Twitter, which is Mediak Zach, as of right now, because I don't know how to function Twitter properly. So
yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. See you guys next week.
Goodbye, guys.